Ever wonder why some people step off a 14-hour flight looking like they just left a spa, while the rest of us stumble into the terminal looking like we've been through something? It's not luck, it's not genetics, it's a system, and most travelers never learn it. Today, we're fixing that. Here's the thing, nobody tells you about jet lag. The fight doesn't start when the wheels leave the ground. It starts the moment you wake up that morning. Wake up early, like unreasonably early. Skip the lazy breakfast. Cut the caffeine at least 8 hours before you want to be unconscious. Caffeine has a half-life of roughly 5 to 6 hours, which means a 2 o'clock coffee is still working on you at 10. And then this is the part people skip. Move your body. Hard. A real workout, followed by a long walk. You want your body physically tired before you even see the airport. Then there's the destination. Block your first day. Nothing. No tours, no dinner reservations, no plans. Just walking, sunshine, and water. That buffer day is the difference between bouncing back and burning out. The airline already sold you every upgrade it could before you boarded. From the moment those doors close, your comfort is entirely your own problem. The battle starts at home. Most people let the airline pick their seat and then spend 12 hours wondering why they're miserable. Don't be most people. Window or aisle. Pick one. Never the middle. That's not a seat. It's a punishment. Bulkhead row. Legroom varies more than people think. On some narrow-body aircraft, it's no better than a standard row. What is guaranteed is the trade-off. There's no seat in front of you, so there's nowhere to put a bag. Everything goes in the overhead for takeoff and landing. Exit row, extra space. Usually around 36 inches of pitch, roughly 10 more than standard economy. And on some airlines, you'll board earlier, though not for the reason people assume. On United's window middle aisle boarding order, exit row seats board with Group 3, alongside the window seats. On Delta and American, early boarding comes bundled into the extra legroom fare. It's something you paid for, not something the exit row grants you. Here's a hack for couples. On a wide body with 3 seats across the middle section, book the 2 end seats. A solo traveler who ends up in the middle won't climb over you to get out. They'll use the other aisle. You just bought yourself space. Note that this only works on a 3 across middle. On a 343 wide body, booking both ends still leaves 2 middle seats, and one of those passengers is climbing over somebody no matter what. And before any of this, take 5 minutes. Find your aircraft type. Your airline's own booking page will show it, and FlightAware will confirm it. Just know that equipment gets swapped, sometimes hours before departure, so check again the day before you fly. Then pull up the seat map. Aerolopa has the most precise cabin diagrams. Seatmap.app is the closest thing to a modern replacement for what Seat Guru used to do. And a quick note, if you're following older advice, Seat Guru is gone. TripAdvisor shut it down on October 31st, 2025, and the site now redirects to TripAdvisor's homepage. Its seat maps had already gone stale years earlier. Why bother? Some seats have no window, some don't recline, and on certain rows, the overhead bin space is reduced because the airline stowed equipment up there. 5 minutes of research changes 14 hours of your life. The security line is the first place the system breaks you. Standing there, shoes off, liquids out, watching the clock tick toward boarding, while someone ahead of you argues about a snow globe. It doesn't have to be you. A growing number of airports now let you reserve a spot in the general screening line, some of them completely free. Seattle-Tacoma has C-Spot Saver. It's free, it works for any airline, and you can book up to 5 days ahead or the same day at the terminal. You get a QR code, you show up in your window, and you walk into a dedicated lane. It runs from 4 in the morning to 10 at night. Toronto has YYZ Express, also free. You reserve online up to 72 hours out, and you present your QR code at the checkpoint within 15 minutes of your slot. Not every program works the same way, though. Lisbon's Fast Track, for example, runs around 9 to 10 euros, but it isn't a timed reservation. It's a paid priority lane at security only. It won't help you at check-in or bag drop. So know which one you're buying. How to find yours. Google your airport name plus security reservation or express security line. That's it. 20 minutes saved on a bad morning isn't just convenience. It's 20 minutes of stress your body doesn't carry onto the plane. You've stepped onto the plane. Depending on your boarding group, you've got somewhere between 10 minutes and half an hour before those doors close. Use it. Most people collapse into their seat and hope for the best. Hope is not a strategy at 35,000 feet. First, stow your passport. Not at your seat. Not while blocking the aisle. In the jetway, before you step on. Done. Second, sanitize. That tray table you're about to eat off? A 2015 study by TravelMath swabbed surfaces across 5 airports and 4 flights, and found tray tables carried roughly 2,000 colony-forming units of bacteria per square inch, about 8 times what they found on the lavatory flush button. Worth knowing, none of the 26 samples tested positive for fecal bacteria like E. coli. It's a small study, not a clinical one, but the ranking still holds. The tray table is the surface nobody wipes down between flights. Armrests, headrest, seatbelt buckle, wipe it all down. Third, zone your bags. Overhead bin is dead storage. You won't touch it again until landing. The bag under the seat in front of you holds everything you need for the next 12 hours. Get this wrong and you'll be that person standing in the aisle, digging through the overhead while everyone glares at you. Damage check. Broken screen, spill on your seat, something that won't recline? Report it now while there's still time to move you. Once the cabin fills up, there's nowhere left to put you. And once you've landed, a compensation claim for a broken seat is a much harder argument to win. And here's the trap. Do not take melatonin or a sleep aid while you're still at the gate. Do not take it on the jetway. Do not take it before takeoff. Flights get delayed. Planes get swapped. You sedate yourself and then sit on the tarmac for 90 minutes, awake, groggy, and chemically fogged. Nothing until those wheels leave the ground. Everyone packs for the destination. Almost nobody packs for the flight itself. The fix is 2 small bags. Grab one or both. Never dig through your luggage again. Comfort pouch first. Lip balm, hand lotion. Cabin air runs at desert-level humidity, and your skin will feel it before you do. Deodorant, body wipes, a pre-pasted toothbrush you can use right at your seat. Pharmacy basics, pain reliever, antacids, something for your stomach, because your body will betray you at altitude. And when it does, you don't want to be waiting for the drink cart to come back so you can ask for ginger ale. Add a small carabiner clip and hang the whole pouch from your seat back pocket. No bending, no rummaging, everything at your fingertips. Tech pouch second. Earbuds or headphones, non-negotiable. A Bluetooth adapter for the in-flight entertainment system. A slim power bank with a built-in cable so you're not managing a spaghetti pile of cords at your seat. A magnetic phone stand that clamps to your tray table, because when the seat back screen is cracked or frozen, your phone is the backup. It's not personal, it's protocol. The airline doesn't care if you're comfortable. You have to. The single biggest difference between landing refreshed and landing wrecked is whether you slept. And whether you slept comes down to one thing: your head. A head strap travel pillow isn't a pillow. It's a stabilizer. It attaches to the adjustable headrest on your own seat and keeps your head upright. One thing to check before you buy: your seat actually needs adjustable headrest wings. Plenty of domestic narrow-body economy seats don't have them, and the strap has nothing to grip. No bobbing, no snapping awake every 12 minutes, no waking up on a stranger's shoulder. The person in front of you doesn't feel a thing. It takes a few minutes to get used to the sensation, and then you're locked in. Even if this exact style isn't for you, bring something: a donut pillow, a turtle brace. Anything is better than letting your head flop around for 8 hours. And pack a standalone eye mask. A real one. Not because the cabin will be dark, because someone 3 rows up will watch an action movie at full brightness for 90 minutes straight, or your neighbor will refuse to close the window shade. You never know who's sitting near you. Control what you can control. Sitting with your feet flat on the floor for hours isn't just uncomfortable, it's a circulation problem. A foot hammock slips over the metal arms of the tray table on the seat in front of you. Adjustable length works for any height. The person in front usually has no idea you're using it, as long as you're resting, not swinging like you're on a porch. One caveat: some airlines don't allow them, because the tray arms aren't built to carry that load. If a flight attendant asks you to stow it, and you can't use it during takeoff and landing regardless. But for those long middle hours, this is the thing that turns economy into something almost bearable. What you wear on a long-haul flight isn't fashion, it's equipment. Layers are non-negotiable. Cabins swing from hot to freezing and back again, sometimes on the same flight. T-shirt base, hoodie, or sweater over top. You can strip down or bundle up without begging for a blanket that the airline may or may not have. Your hoodie needs deep zippered pockets. Here's why. When you get up for the bathroom, especially if you're traveling solo, your phone, your passport, your wallet, they come with you. Not left at the seat, not tucked under a magazine. With you. Bottom half, whatever keeps you comfortable. Just make sure your pants don't drag. By hour 8, the bathroom floor is wet. You don't want to know with what. Slip-on slides. Pack them. Don't sit in bulky shoes for 12 hours. Keep your socks on. Wash the slides at the hotel. And compression socks. The CDC flags any journey over 4 hours as a blood clot risk, and a review of 12 randomized trials found strong evidence that compression stockings reduce the risk of silent deep vein clots on flights longer than 4 hours. Put them on before you board. Wrestling them on in a cramped airplane airplane seat is a losing battle you don't need to fight. Dress for the flight. The destination can wait. Cabin humidity at cruise altitude typically sits around 10 to 20%. That's drier than the Sahara's daily average. You're dehydrating whether you feel it or not, and by the time you feel it, you're already behind. Drink more water than you think you need. Yes, more bathroom trips, but sitting still for 10 plus hours is worse than getting up. The longer you're immobile, the higher the clot risk climbs. And here's the thing about dehydration. It produces almost exactly the same symptoms as jet lag, headache, fatigue, brain fog. So it stacks on top and makes every one of them feel twice as bad. There's a second problem too. That dry air pulls moisture out of your nose and throat, and those membranes are the first line of defense that traps airborne viruses before they get anywhere. Dry them out, and that defense stops working properly. A square water bottle packs flat in your personal bag. Fill it after security. While you're sitting, trace the alphabet with your feet. Ankles only. It keeps blood moving and reduces swelling. Nobody around you will even notice. Fresh socks before landing. Sounds small, but changing into clean, dry socks as you begin the descent is a psychological reset you can't replicate any other way. Around hour 6, you hit a wall. The fix isn't more screen time. Pre-pasted disposable toothbrushes. No water, no rinsing, no bathroom sink. Brush right at your seat. Body wipes and deodorant. 90 seconds and you feel like a different person. Vapo inhaler if your neighbor didn't shower. Also works as a wake-up tool when your brain is fogged and you still have 4 hours to go. A disposable steam eye mask. It warms up for about 20 minutes. For tired eyes, screen fatigue, and the tension headache that's been building since hour 2. The works. You don't need a shower, you need 90 seconds and the right tools. You've got the gear, the seat, the setup. Now you need the signal that tells your brain, shut down. Option 1, sleep sounds. White noise, rain, nature tracks. Most earbuds have a sleep library built in. Option 2, an audiobook or podcast you've already heard. Not something new, something familiar. No engagement FOMO. Your brain hears the pattern, recognizes it, and disengages. Option 3, a pre-made sleep playlist. Calming music, ASMR, whatever you use at home. Familiarity is the cue. Your brain needs a pattern it recognizes. Random in-flight entertainment keeps you awake. Familiar audio puts you under. It's all about the signal. You walked onto that plane in control, and you walk off it the same way. The system didn't get you this time. If you found this illuminating, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, travel smart. There's a check for $2,150 sitting at the airport with your name on it, and the airline is legally allowed to hope you never ask for it. These are 10 secrets airport and airline staff are trained not to volunteer, counting down to the one that pays you the most. Stay to number 1. Some of these protect your money, some protect your data, and one could turn your worst travel day into a payday. We start at number 10 with 2 words you've probably already heard over the terminal speakers and had no idea what they actually meant. In the 10th place, hearing code Bravo or code Atom over the terminal speakers means you are listening to active security protocols. Code Bravo is operational terminology indicating a live security concern, such as an unattended bag or a checkpoint breach. Airport staff sometimes announce this code loudly to draw attention and unsettle a potential bad actor. Meanwhile, code Atom triggers an immediate search for a missing child, a protocol named in memory of Adam Walsh. Passengers do not need to decode these messages, but recognizing them helps you avoid the affected area and follow official instructions. Number 9. Those free USB charging stations scattered throughout the terminal. The FBI, FCC, and TSA have issued alerts warning against plugging devices directly into unfamiliar USB ports. The technical risk is juice jacking, where a compromised port secretly pushes malware or pulls private data over the power connection. While cyber analysts note this threat remains largely theoretical without a confirmed airport epidemic, a reliable defense is cheap. Spending about $10 on a data blocking adapter or using a personal power bank keeps your phone safe while drawing power. 8th place. That $80 duty-free bottle of alcohol you bought abroad can be confiscated the moment you land in the United States for a connecting domestic flight. The TSA enforces strict security exceptions for duty-free liquids, requiring 3 exact conditions to pass the checkpoint. The retailer's tamper-evident bag must remain completely sealed, the original receipt must be clearly visible inside, and the transaction must have occurred within the last 48 hours. If you break the seal during your flight or lose the receipt, Agents will seize the liquid. Even with a perfect seal, any bottle that triggers an alarm can be rejected. Number 7. You do not need to pay $120 or wait months for a global entry interview to bypass the standard customs line. The Mobile Passport Control app is a completely free tool authorized by Customs and Border Protection for U.S. citizens and lawful permanent residents. Before reaching the officer, you simply input your passport data, snap a selfie, and submit your declaration. This grants you access to a dedicated lane at over 60 entry points, slashing average wait times to just 5 minutes compared to 20 in standard queues, all without background checks or fees. Number 6. Federal tarmac protections protect you when an aircraft gets stuck on the ground after the doors close. Under Department of Transportation rules, airlines must provide food and drinking water by the 2-hour mark. For domestic flights, carriers generally must offer passengers the option to deplane after 3 hours, while international flights have a 4-hour limit. These rights are subject to pilot and command safety and security exceptions. Violations of these rules carry heavy financial consequences, with civil penalties reaching up to $27,500 per passenger. In fact, the Department of Transportation fined American Airlines a record $4.1 million for tarmac delays affecting over 5,800 passengers on 43 flights between 2018 and 2021. This penalty goes directly to the government, so passengers should log exact timeline details and keep their flight records to support their own compensation demands. Number 5. A Department of Transportation rule effective. October 2024 mandates that if your flight is canceled or significantly changed, you are legally entitled to an automatic cash refund, not an airline voucher. Under these federal regulations, a significant change means a departure or arrival delay of 3 hours or more for domestic itineraries, or 6 hours or more for international flights. It also covers luggage delayed over 12 hours or paid perks like Wi-Fi and seat assignments that the carrier failed to deliver. Airlines must return your money to your original payment method within 7 business days for credit cards, and they cannot force you to accept a voucher unless you explicitly agree. If you choose to accept their alternative flight and fly anyway, this specific refund right no longer applies, so choose your next move carefully at the gate. Number 4. If you are flying home from Europe, European Regulation EU 261 can secure you up to €600 in compensation, roughly $700, for a flight delayed by 4 hours or more. Many travelers assume this only applies to European airlines, but the law covers any flight departing an EU airport. This means U.S. carriers like American, United, and Delta must pay up if your flight home is severely disrupted. The delay must be within the airline's control, so extraordinary circumstances like severe weather or air traffic control strikes are exempt. To claim this substantial payout, always preserve your boarding pass, document your exact arrival time, and request the official written reason for the disruption before leaving the terminal. Number 3. If you miss your departure, ask about the flat tire rule. This is an unofficial airline courtesy rather than a legally binding Department of Transportation right. If you reach a ticket counter or phone agent within 2 hours of your scheduled departure and explain your situation honestly, many carriers will place you on standby for the next available flight without charging a change fee. American Airlines provides the closest equivalent to a written policy through its same-day travel framework. However, for most other carriers, this is a discretionary policy managed entirely by individual gate agents. Simply ask directly if there is a missed flight standby or courtesy option available to salvage your trip. In second place, when an airline-controlled issue causes a cancellation or overnight delay, you can secure food and lodging without spending a dime. The Department of Transportation maintains a consumer dashboard at flightrights.gov, which documents the specific commitments made by every major domestic airline. Under these terms, carriers pledge to provide meal vouchers for delays of 2 hours or more, along with complimentary hotel rooms in transit if you are stranded overnight. Since these are voluntary commitments rather than federal laws, they do not cover weather or air traffic control problems. Airlines rarely offer these vouchers unless prompted, so approach the desk, ask for your meals and hotel, and document any written refusal to protect your out-of-pocket expenses. And finally, in first place, the oversold flight payday. An overbooked flight creates two distinct scenarios: a voluntary bump negotiation and an involuntary denied boarding. If you are involuntarily bumped, federal law under Part 250 of the Code of Federal Regulations protects you with strict cash mandates. When the airline deprives you of your confirmed seat against your will, you can receive up to $2,150 in direct compensation. The carrier must issue this payment at the airport on the day the disruption occurs, using cash, a check, or a prepaid card. You can refuse any travel voucher they offer. This limit of $2,150 is a statutory maximum rather than an automatic payout. The exact payment depends on your ticket price and the delay to your destination. If the airline's alternative routing delays you by 1 to 2 hours, they owe you 200% of your one-way fare, up to $1,075. If the delay exceeds 2 hours, the mandate jumps to 400% of your fare, topping out at the full $2,150. Airlines seek volunteers first because these legal rules are strict. These voluntary offers have no statutory cap. While typical offers are smaller, travelers have secured up to $10,000 during major disruptions. Before the gate agent makes a loud announcement, quietly tell them your seat number and the price you want. Always confirm the replacement flight details and whether the payout is cash, credit, or a voucher before surrendering your seat. Knowing these federal rules helps you walk away with a check for $2,150 instead of a voucher. Which of these airport secrets do you wish you had known sooner? Subscribe for more consumer travel secrets.